My apologies for the wait. Welcome. How wonderful it is to see you again. I am the storyteller, your guide to the world of Paranormasight. Now then, I understand you might be keen to dive into our story. But there are some important matters I must address first, so please, bear with me a while longer. First, this game uses autosave. The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Next, please look at the upper right of the screen. This is the menu button. From here, you can check the text log, view files, and adjust your settings for auto mode. You can also adjust the volume and other game settings in the options menu. If you find that certain effects make the text difficult to read, you may turn them off. I recommend you check the brightness, controls, and other settings now before continuing. Now, let us go over the basic controls. When the game is in your control, you may move the right stick to look at your surroundings. You will once again become able to move after this, so try taking a look behind you before turning back to me. Wonderful! Well done! You may also select the face of an individual in front of you to talk to them. Please, go ahead and try with me. Bravo! A fine display. There are times when you will be presented with options such as these. You may find it useful to use the directional buttons to select your desired option. Do not fear, you will come to know where we are eventually. Once you have seen everything an option has to offer, a check mark will appear next to it, like so. Oh? So you've forgotten who you are, have you? But there is no need for concern. It is for that reason that I am here to guide you, after all. You may be confused at first, but continuing through the story should allow you to remember your true objective. That is all for my explanation of the basic controls. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Ah, yes. There is one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. As you may know, I previously served as guide to a different tale in the world of Paranormasight, one concerning the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. You wouldn't happen to be familiar with the events of that tale, would you? Is that so? So we have met before then. You looked quite different during our previous encounter, so I failed to recognize you at first. My apologies. In that case, there is nothing I need warn you about. Well, I believe I have kept you waiting long enough. The tale you are about to experience concerns a number of legends passed down in Ise Bay, a stretch of sea bordering Mie Prefecture. Specifically, those legends involving mermaids. Yes, as the subtitle suggests, our subject this time is the widely familiar mermaid. Since ancient times, a great many legends about mermaids have been passed down in countries all around the world. In Japan, many of the legends famously include the idea that eating their flesh grants immortality. The tale of Yao Bikuni, which continues to be told in such places as Wakasa Province, modern-day Fukui Prefecture, is perhaps the most well-known. These legends have spurred those with a yearning for immortality to seek out mermaids since ancient times. Of course, as I just mentioned, these are only some of many legends concerning mermaids that exist across the globe. Indeed, Many have sought out mermaids simply due to fascination with their status as rare and mystical beings. They have also served as the inspiration for countless creative and artistic works throughout the ages. It would seem that mermaids possess a mysterious charm that has captivated the human heart for a myriad reasons, irrespective of era or culture. Ah, yes. The files added just now should provide a general overview of the terms that came up in our conversation. It seems you have already taken a look, but I do recommend reading them if you have the chance. They may allow you to enjoy the story even more. Words highlighted in pale blue usually indicate that there is a related entry in your files. Now then, allow me to introduce the primary setting of this tale. The majority of our story takes place on Kamishima, an isolated island in the waters of Ise Bay. You will experience events through the eyes of a young resident of the island, one Yuza Minakuchi. If nothing else, please remember that. Well, I believe this ends my initial explanation. Bon voyage, and do enjoy the tale. NicoB, here with a Let's Play of Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse. Oh my god, dude. Dude, I did not think we were gonna see the day. I did not think we'd be back here. Holy crap. So for those of you who don't know, Paranormasight, the first game, Seven Mysteries of Honjo, came out a few years ago. Just got kind of dropped randomly by Square with very little advertising or anything. And I loved it. And I loved it so much. It was literally my game of the year of 2023. It blew my mind how good it was. However, I was worried that this series was done. Like, I wasn't sure if we'd ever get another one because, again, Square just barely advertised this game. Like most of their not big IPs, they just didn't advertise it. So I was afraid it didn't sell well enough. Well, apparently it did. Apparently, I guess maybe good word of mouth was enough to push this game to actually selling pretty well. And so here we are with a brand new sequel, The Mermaid's Curse. It's cool. It's actually starting with the same song too. Dude, they dropped this. They announced this at the last Nintendo Direct a couple of weeks ago. It was literally like the only cool thing of that Direct too. And I'm just, bro, I'm so fucking happy. So these games are written by a person by the name of Ishiyama-san, and he is a well-known visual novel writer that was very popular in Japan. And the first game that he actually made that was localized for the first time in the West was the last game he played, Paranormasight. And after I finished that game, I said to myself, bro, I will be back for any other Paranormasight games this man makes and anything else he ever writes, because this man's got the sauce. He knows how to make a compelling, interesting as fuck story. So, yeah. Also, I do want to say real quick, thank you very much to Square Enix for providing me an early copy of this game. I am not allowed to post it until literally the day of its launch, but I do really appreciate that. They also said that the devs actually appreciated my coverage of the first game, which means a lot, so thank you so much. I'm genuinely, unbelievably excited to be playing this and seeing what insane, probably mind-fucky story we're going to be getting this time. The art here is done by Gen something, but he's the guy who did the artwork for The World Ends With You, or Neo The World Ends With You, I believe. And its art style is really different in this game, or these games in particular, but goddamn do I love it. I love how cinematic this game is overall. But yeah, guys, if you guys are as excited about this series, the return of Paranormasight, as I am, please do consider leaving a like on the video, commenting your excitement, and hey, if you haven't already, why not consider subscribing? You'll become an official Picky Penguin, and you'll get updates when new episodes drop. Let's see. I assume there's probably not going to be any voice acting, which is fine. I can handle that. Yeah, that's all good. Portalless, yeah. Yeah, Command Operation. Yeah, Command Operation actually adds a little something in this game. I kind of like it. Well, all right, guys. With that, let's see what we are about to fucking dive into. I am so fucking ready. Let's do it, guys. Stories are a work of fiction. If you didn't realize that, then you're dumb. Did you come to me, or did I go to you? I cannot recall whether it was a dream or reality. I cannot recall if I was asleep or awake. The Tales of Issei, passage 69. Kari no Tsukai. August 7th, 1980 something. Morning. Toba City, Mie Prefecture, Kamishima, Southern Sea. Cool. Let's check some of what I got here. We got a storyteller. We don't even know what sexy is. Issei Bay, also known by the name the Sea of Issei. Issei Bay is an enclosed bay located in central Honshu, the Japanese mainland. Although its exact range varies in this game, it refers to the area of sea surrounded by land up to the line drawn by Cape Arago and Aichi Prefecture to Cape Dao in the Mie Prefecture. Kamishima, an island situated between the Atsumi and Shima peninsulas and the most distant of the 4 populated islands in the administration of Toba City in the Mie Prefecture. It has an area of approximately 0.7 square kilometers and a population of 900. The island's name comes from the turtle-like shape, with kame meaning turtle in Japanese. Famous for its karst landscape and other beautiful scenery, Kamishima is a popular location for tourists year-round. Recently, the island's youth organization has been leading a revitalization effort to boost the local economy and strengthen the community, creating an island logo and a mascot character, Kamemeshi Maru, which are expected to bring people to the area. Is he like Kabulop? A general term for half human, half fish being, mermaid. The first recorded appearance in Japan of a creature believed to be a mermaid was more than 1,300 years ago in the Nihon Shoki. At the time, the term mermaid was not yet in use, and most records are anecdotal reports of sightings of creatures resembling both fish and humans in various places. In ancient Japan, as well as in other parts of East Asia, depictions of mermaids often blurred the line between human and fish, frequently portraying them as grotesque monsters. The Middle Ages saw the spread of the legend of Yao Bikuni throughout Japan, which claimed that eating mermaid flesh could grant eternal youth and longevity. In the early modern period, the image of mermaids diversified, attracting wider public interest. Mermaid mummies were exhibited in sideshows, and illustrations and literature featuring mermaids became more common. It was also during this time that the depiction of mermaids as having the upper body of a human and woman and the lower body of a fish became more widely recognized. They show a picture of Ariel. That'd be hilarious. Although the details vary from country to country, the most common depiction of mermaids in the West likely stems from the sirens of the Greek mythology. Sea monsters that, over time, came to be represented as familiar half-fish, half-human figures. These mermaids were thought to be more akin to spirits or fairies in nature, enchanting those who encountered them with their beautiful feminine appearance and singing voices. Many records of mermaid sightings by sailors during the Age of Discovery have been preserved, and some theories suggest that mermaid sightings and their associated legends may have, in fact, originated from the sea mammal called the dugong. Cool. So I assume that this game is still going to deal with, like, the cursed, like, stones, right? We all have like specific powers and stuff. I've tried to avoid any more trailers and updates about how the game plays and whatever after the Nintendo Direct. I just want to be completely surprised. So, Azami, I can't tell who's talking, so right, this should do it. That's this dude. I can't see your face. All right, good to go, Yuza? Yup, ready as can be. I feel so light, I bet I could even outswim a shark. No, more than that. I was born for this moment. The legend of Kamashima's patron saint of diving begins today. Kamishima youth Yuza Minakuchi. 18 years old. Protagonist man. A young man born and raised in Kamishima, although generally quiet and serious, is an eccentric side that often sees him make jokes and wisecracks with a straight face, catching whoever he talks to off guard. After losing his parents in a large-scale maritime accident 5 years ago, he was raised by his grandmother, veteran Ama diver Tsuyu Minakuchi. He briefly found work at a seafood processing plant in Toba after graduating high school earlier in the year, but upon hearing that Tsuyu had injured her leg, forcing her to retire from diving and causing difficulties in her daily life, he quit his job after only 3 months and returned to Kamishima. At present, he is caring for Tsuyu while looking for work in Kamishima. He has recently made the decision to follow in Tsuyu's footsteps and become an AMA diver himself. Although he has been unable to bring himself to enter the sea since the disaster 5 years ago, he's hoping that his previous aptitude for swimming will lend itself to a natural talent for AMA diving. His current diver rank is 1. Quiet introvert as a child, he began to show a more animated side upon befriending Azami Kamoi? A boy who his same age, and it eventually became a common sight to see them getting up to mischief together. Although the maritime disaster 5 years ago saw a drastic shift in the way most Kamishima inhabitants treated Yuza, Azami alone continued to treat him the same. Even now, it is not common for Azami to find himself caught up in Yuza's eccentric exploits, but he's always quick to laugh and follow his lead. Whoa, that sounds pretty impressive, but this is your first time diving out in the bay, so don't push yourself too hard, all right? Yeah, I know. It's my first time, but somehow I'm brimming with confidence. I just know I can land a massive haul if I try. Well, I'm glad to see you're rare to go. Make sure you don't go too far from the boat at first. Best friend, Azami Kamoi. Hey, he's not the same age he's 90 years old. A young man born and raised in Kamishima, he's been friends with Yuza Minakuchi since childhood. He has a friendly and caring personality, and his willingness to help out those around him has made him someone islanders of all ages rely on in times of need. His father was a fisherman, and he accompanied him out to sea on his boat from a very young age. As a result, he grew up never doubting that he too would one day become a fisherman. After his father died in a maritime disaster 5 years ago, his mother, an AMA diver, took on the responsibility of raising Azami and his much younger brother on her own. During the closed season for diving, when his mother worked on the mainland, Azami was responsible for looking after his brother. After graduating in middle school, he refused his mother's suggestion to attend high school and quickly attained a 4th-class boat pilot license while helping with fishing around the island. He is now able to take his father's small fishing boat, the Saiyan Maru, out on fishing trips on his own. He has a frank and easygoing relationship with Yuza, his childhood friend, and the two often get up to mischief together. Although he was happy for Yuza when he left to attend high school on the mainland and later found a job there, he also felt somewhat lonely. For this reason, he secretly welcomed the news that Yuza would be leaving his job and return to Kamishima to take care of his grandmother. Cool, brosif. No need to worry, Azami. You just focus on getting the grill ready. We're having a feast tonight. I'll hold you to that. Woo! The diving minigame will now commence. What? Follow the instructions to get used to the controls, then press dive when you're ready. Whoa! Hey, we got mechanics. Look at my bro looking down at me. I've got a high score? I've got stats? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This might be more video gamey than even the last one was. Which, to be fair, the last one was mostly visual novel with, like, basically just, like, a few, like, well, a good number of puzzles, right? It was a beautiful mystery wrapped up in a visual novel-esque game. Is this actually getting, like, mechanics now? Okay, Yuza. This is your first dive, so you won't want to stay too far from the boat. Remember to swim up when you want to come back to the boat. If you don't remember anything else, remember that. Okay. Splash. Only 2 controls are needed. Look around, confirm button, perform action. The available action will automatically switch between swim, harvest, and return to boat, depending on the situation. Areas where sea creatures are located will be marked with an exclamation point. Begin by looking around to try to locate any potential catches. What the fuck? Ah! Is that not something there? No? Uh-oh. Running out of air. Your oxygen gauge will decrease when diving. Be sure to go back to the boat before it runs out. You return to the boat anytime by turning your viewpoint upwards and selecting return to boat. Running oxygen will continue to decrease on the way back, so don't wait until it's too late. Oh, okay. Did I die? Oh, fuck, I'm dead already. Holy shit. All right. Damn, first dive, instantly dies. Damn, I cannot hold my breath for long. Every time I move and I take an action, I'm noticing my oxygen goes down. Yeah, oh. Did I make it? Oh, I did. I think also when I have to swim back up, it actually uses up a lot of my gauge. Oh, shit. Oh, holy shit. Wow, look at this. Mechanics. A higher level means you can stay underwater longer. Higher level means you can swim faster and return to the boat faster. Means you'll have easier time gathering sea creatures. Can detect sea creatures from farther away. Definitely this one. That was like, I could be down in there for all of 5 seconds. That covers the basics for underwater gathering. Play the tutorial, nah, good. I understand the mechanics. Okay, looks like you're all warmed up. Let's go out a bit further so you can look for something bigger. Oh, they do! They still got the duck face! They brought the duck face back. The biggest catch you can get at this time of year is probably abalone. Snagging just one is something to be proud of. But remember that sea creatures are living things. They'll change place every time you dive, so be careful. Okay. This is just covering all the... what's an ama diver? The term ama, most often written with characters meaning sea and woman, generally refers to women who free dive for shellfish, seaweed, and other marine products. It's said that they practice free diving both to prevent over-harvesting and to help protect the marine environment. Although ama divers operate in many regions in Japan, the Toba and Shima regions are known for having the highest number of ama divers. These regions also exhibit customs unique to the area, such as the practice of carrying objects within the Seimin and Domon symbols to ward off misfortune. Even with Toba and Shima, rules and practices can vary greatly. For example, the practice of wearing white attire over the wetsuit is a common practice only in the Shima region. Despite the high population of ama divers in Issei Bay, there are none to be found north of Issei City. This can be explained with the difference in the seafloor composition between the two areas. While the sandy seafloor near Issei allowed for net fishing, the rocky seafloor in Toba and Shima areas made net fishing difficult, leading to adoption of freediving as an alternative. Abalone, harvested by ama divers in Kuzaki Town in Toba, has traditionally been processed into ceremonial dry goods known as noshi awabi. Did all this research they must do to get all this, like, this crazy shit, which are then presented as an offering at Issei Shrine. This practice is said to have originated when Yamato Hime no Mikoto, the princess who enshrined Amaterasu at Issei Shrine, was searching for a suitable food to offer to the gods. When presented with abalones by an ama diver named Oben, the princess found them exceptionally delicious and decided that abalone would be the primary offering for the region. As a result, the ama divers of Toba and Shima have a strong connection to the region's Shinto rituals, and there are some regions where they perform ritual dances as offerings during Shinto festivities. Note, although ama is sometimes written with characters meaning sea and man, when the diver is male, this game uses only the traditional character of sea and woman when the language is set to Japanese. Thank you, I was getting so confused by that. When using a harvest action, a perfect harvest may occasionally occur, instantly depleting your target's resistance gauge with a single action. The higher your diver rank, the more likely you are to achieve a perfect harvest. Stars on your gathering log will be recorded. Information on your catch will be recorded in the gathering log. Each catch has individual variations. And the lowest and the highest amount of points you've achieved for each catch will also be recorded. Once you record the highest and lowest limits possible for that catch, a star will be marked next to those points. Really? Oh, that's like some Monster Hunter shit. Okay. The Noble Scallop. Doesn't look like a lot. It's just like, I get a total of 5 things in the whole game? Or it's just for this area or something. It's not like we have to master everything all at once. You can take off whenever you're ready. I'm gonna grind a level of fucking diving rank 100 here right at the start of the game. It's gonna be awesome. Still plenty of time left. You seem pretty confident, so I'm looking forward to see what you bring in. I know you can do anything you put your mind to. Thanks, bro. Gotta get the points, man. Gotta get all the points. Begin. Okay, I'm already moving way further now. Stab it. Uh-oh, time to go. Damn, you cut that shit close. Rank up. Probably swimming. Get everything like level 2 or something, at least. Ooh, I like the sound. The water, the blah, 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 blah. It's very immersive. Splat. Give me that shit. Oh, yeah. Like I'm punching the crap out of it. I mean, fuck this fucking weird sea critter thing. Shit. Uh-oh. Whoa. Alright, simple enough. Let's get everything to level 2. Ooh, I see a question mark. Ooh, that's the shiny one. Oh yeah, now we're getting this shit mad fast. Yo, what's going on over here? Huh? Uh-oh. What the hell is that? No! Get away from me! Ah! Title card. Takanari Ishiyama, the GOAT. And Gen Kobayashi, that's his name. Cool. I actually like it. It uses like the same song. It's like the... What? Oh, I died! I fucking died, bro. What the hell? What? Sorry, do I need more oxygen for the credits or something? What happened? What the fuck? Am I gonna go down here and see that again? What? What? Am I okay? What happened? It's like such a sudden change. I'm like, wait. Did I die? That thing looked like me, too. I'm almost wondering, did he, like, take my place or something? He's already, like, switched places with me. Hey, man, I got some cool stuff. Check it out. Hey, did you see that? Don't get too greedy. Stay out until you're almost out of air. Blah, 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 blah. Still some air left to make it back to the boat after all. It's important to know when to give up the chase. Bro, did you not see all that? See what, man? Guess not. Okay. I'm gonna go back to diving some more. I'm gonna get at least to, like, the next level. Can I grab this fish? No? There's only some of these things on the ground that I'm really into. There's not much else out here, it seems like. Okay, bro, you could just go straight up. I just want you to know that. Alright. Everything is level 2 now. Alright, let's get this shit out of here, dude. Some weird stuff. Right, let's leave it at that for today. Good work out there, Yuza. You managed to get a fair bit of diving in, huh? but you feel like you got a better grasp of things now. For sure. I feel like my diver rank's gone up at least a bit too. So, you feel any different now? Did your body undergo any weird changes? Nope. Feel exactly the same. Nothing's changed. I'm the same old Yuza I've always been. Guess we were a bit off the mark, huh? So, what do you want to do now? Should we call it a day?
Talk about the hole.
Uzami? Huh? Before we head back, can we talk for a bit?
Man, yeah, the duck face came back with a vengeance.
Sure, what's up?
We got the think button down here. Yeah, we got all the stuff I can examine too.
This fishing boat, the Sayumaru, belongs to Uzami's family. I don't have a boat of my own, so Uzami was kind enough to bring it out for me. It used to belong to his dad, so it's getting on in years, but he takes good care of it. It seems he's hoping to keep using it for years to come. I'm still struggling to process what just happened. Gotta tell Uzami.
So that shit just like happened, and then I died seemingly, and then I'm just like, no wait, no I didn't. It's a video game, silly.
Kamishima is located in the waters near the entrance to Ise Bay. As such, there are strict regulations on both the times and places ama diving is allowed. That island on the horizon is Kamishima, where I was born and raised. This is Uzami Kamoi, my best friend. I've known him since we were both kids growing up on Kamishima. When I told him I wanted to become an ama diver, he was quick to offer his full support. So, when I was diving just now, a giant hole in the seabed you'd never heard of before? Yeah. The rocks around it look like they'd only recently collapsed. So I think it probably opened up within the last few months or so. Ah, now you mention it. There was a pretty big earthquake around here about 3 months ago. Maybe that had something to do with it. Oh, that's right. That would have been before I got back. Anyway, if you saw a giant hole in the seabed, you'd be curious about it, right? I sure would. Curious enough to try to take a look inside? It'd be pretty dangerous, but I guess I might, yeah. Right. So, I went closer to try and get a better look. Did you see anything? Well, when I looked down into the hole, a ghost or something that looked just like me suddenly rose up from the depths. A ghost that looked like you? It swam towards me with his hand outstretched. It was like it was trying to hand something to me. Or maybe it was trying to tell me something? Man. What'd you do then? Did you take his hand? I did. I felt like I couldn't resist somehow. I guess even the patron saint of diving does foolish things sometimes. The only thing I was the patron of was carelessness and a lack of proper vigilance. Sounds like there wasn't much you could do about it, though. Hey, Yuza. Huh? That thing you ran into, do you think it could have been a Tomokazuki? Tomokazuki? Oh, even some of the... Oh, this song's from the last game, too. So some of the music is actually... They got some of the same music. And for its basic themes. Huh? You never heard of it? Well, I guess not even all the folks around here know about it either. It does sound familiar, though. The Tomokazuki is a sort of ghost story around these parts. The story goes that sometimes, when diving, an ama diver will come across another version of themselves, an exact copy. The other version of them will be holding out something they want, like an abalone. Something they want. And when the diver reaches for it, the Tomokazuki grabs them and drags them to the bottom of the sea. Whoa, that's scary. But wait, the Tomokazuki I saw wasn't holding anything. It wasn't? Oh, that's different. Maybe you forgot it at home or something? At home, huh? The abalone? Yeah, the abalone. Maybe he left it at home. Huh. Maybe the Tomokazuki is more careless than the legends let on. You're pretty forgetful though, so maybe it became such a perfect copy that it imitated that aspect of you as well. Oh, that damn Tomokazuki knows my every weakness. Now you mention it though. I think I do remember that story from when I was younger. Guess the fact that I forgot the story really proves how forgetful I am, huh? No worries. It was a while ago, you know?
I like you already. They seem goofy. What happened afterwards?
So, did anything happen after you took its hand? I don't really remember. When I came to, I was back outside the hole. Thought maybe I blacked out due to a lack of oxygen. It'd been some sort of hallucination. I see. Yeah, I guess that's possible. But if that's the case, that means I stopped you just to talk about some hallucination I saw. And that'd be super embarrassing. Huh? Some people do say the Tomokazuki legends might have come about because of divers seeing things when they ran out of air. But hey, it's no big deal even if it was a hallucination. Most important thing is that you're safe. Still, I can't help but wonder what about a hole suddenly appearing like that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. By the way, you know those symbols on your diving gear?
Symbols? Yeah, the star and the checkerboard.
Yep, Seaman and Domon. The Ama divers all around here all have them somewhere in their outfits. Oh, this was my mom's gear, so I didn't know. People say those symbols work as a charm to protect divers from the Tomokazuki. Interesting. But if I ran into a Tomokazuki just now, wouldn't that mean the charm didn't work? Maybe, but it could be thanks to that charm that you made it back safely. Sea's a dangerous place, even without the Tomokazuki around. Things could have been even worse without the charm to protect you. I see. So without this charm, I really could have been attacked by a shark. Glad I had it then. Seriously, a shark would have been no laughing matter.
The Tomokazuki. A long time ago in a small village on one of the islands in the Ise Sea, there lived a young Ama diver known for her exceptional swimming skills. One day the wind was strong and the waves were higher than usual. Undeterred by the turbulent weather, the young diver dove into the sea, but couldn't find even the smallest shell to bring back, let alone any abalone. Determined to find something, she dove even deeper into the ocean, until she paused, sensing a presence behind her. Turning, she felt an undeniable sense that someone was watching her from a shadowy crevice in the rock. Finding this strange, she ventured closer, only to come face to face with a diver who looked exactly like her. As she floated there, stunned, the other diver extended her hand, and it was an abalone larger than any she had ever seen. The young diver was mesmerized. She had to have that abalone no matter what. She reached out her hand to take it. Suddenly, when her fingers were mere inches away from the abalone, the other diver's hand shot out and grasped her arm. Shocked, the young diver frantically struggled to pull away, but it was too late. Slowly and inevitably, she was dragged down to the depths of the ocean. How the fuck did this story come? If she died from this, how would anyone know about this? And to hear this story? Over time, this came to be known as Tomokazuki Together Diver, due to its take on an identical appearance to its victims. Divers are warned to never accept the Tomokazuki's offerings in the depths, lest they suffer the same fate. The Tomokazuki is still greatly feared by Ama divers in modern times, and the Seimin and Domon symbols inscribed on items they take with them when diving are charms to protect them from it. Protective symbols widely worn by Ama divers with Shima and Toba. The star-shaped symbol is known as Seimin, and the lattice-like symbol is known as the Domon. The two symbols are often embroidered side by side or drawn on clothing using purple dye made from shells. They're worn by Ama divers when diving to ward off potential disasters that might befall them at sea. So it's not okay. So it's not just Tomokazuki. It's like anything. Good old Lucky Charms.
Hey, Azami? About the Tomokazuki just now. Yeah?
Do you think it has something to do with what we're looking into? Recollection. Oh, this is new. Unlock past recollection. Yuza Minakuchi. Minakuchi, something I want to do.
Oh, hey! Hey, hello there, I'm here again. My apologies for the interruption. I'd like to take the chance to inform you about a unique ability of yours, the recollection feature.
Ooh, this is new. Usually I press the, last game I pressed the L2 button to murder people. Or I just waited for my character to do it himself.
But to make things clear, I must first tell you about the story chart.
Oh, hey, you're showing me this, I think a little bit early. It seems like we're going to be controlling multiple characters like we did in the first game, though, right? I was sort of getting that from the trailer that we saw before. I did sort of gather that.
From here on, you will return to this screen, the story chart, and breaks in the story. You see, the story you will witness will not necessarily unfold in chronological order. This screen will allow you to see where each chapter lies in the grand scheme of things, as well as select where you wish to proceed to next.
This is the mega 13 Sentinels shit about these games too, which I love.
If the icon for a chapter is not dim, that indicates it has not been fully completed. Generally speaking, completing a chapter will unlock the chapter immediately after it. However, there will occasionally be times when a recollection button will appear during the story, as you experienced just now. Pressing this button will allow you to delve into a memory evoked by certain words in the text, which will in turn unlock a new chapter, a past recollection chapter for you to experience. A most remarkable ability, is it not? Once you have unlocked such a chapter, it will become available in the story chart for you to peruse as you wish. This ability will be key in unraveling the tale before you, so do be sure to press the recollection button when you see it come up.
It's interesting that but why give me an option to, why not just give it to me? Like, why would it not just automatically update? I find it weird that I have to press a button to confirm it. What if I don't press the button, right? Again, it's like, that was kind of the thing that happened in the last game where I had to press a button, but it was like to choose to use my curse stone to kill somebody. So this time it's like, press it to recollect things, but I mean, I already get like natural updates to lore. So it's not like that. Which makes me wonder if there's some weird shit with it.
With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale.
So, all right. So at some point, which I can't do right this moment.
If so, could your mom have become an Ama diver because she wanted to find the Tomokazuki?
But she wouldn't have worn something with this charm on it if that were true, right?
Good point.
Still can't select it, so I guess I have to just kind of wait.
Tomokazuki, huh? But why would something like that be here? Is that all you wanted to talk about?
There's more. No, there's more. Actually, this might be the most important part. I realize there's something I need to do after this. Something really important.
Hey, so you found a lead down there after all.
I'm serious. If I don't pull this off, something terrible is going to happen.
Hey, I believe you. Go on, tell me everything.
Oh. Oh, so okay, so the underwater gathering you can pick like separately. So I can go like level up, huh? Something I want to do. So this is the recollection, so from the past. A day before he sets off for the sea as an Ama diver, Yuza Minakuchi asks Azami Kamui to meet him at the Kantakisha ruins. There's a typo there. August 6th.
I see. If you say you want to be an Ama diver, then of course you got my full support. But something tells me you're not just doing this for Suyu. People are bound to talk if you become an Ama diver here. Unless there's some other reason. Well, big enough to risk everyone running their mouths. I knew I couldn't hide anything from you, Azami. Wouldn't take me even 2.2 seconds to see through one of your lies. So what's up? Tell me everything.
Dude, I love the art of this game. These games are... the art style is just awesome. Actually, it looks even better in this game, too. How these environments look. On top of the beautiful portraits. God damn. These are the ruins of an old wartime building, the Kantakisha. I'm loving the setting for this one, too. This is really cool. The buildings have been abandoned, so hardly anyone ever comes here, which makes it the perfect place for private meetings. Kantakisha ruins. Remains of this wartime structure located atop a hill in eastern Kamishima. It was constructed to observe the impact points of shells fired from a test firing range operated by the former Army Ministry at Cape Arago on the opposite shore. Similar observation facilities were built on Tsukishima Island and in Ajika, a town on the Shima Peninsula. I assume they must be like going out here and like researching all of this and like finding these places like for these locales. Like these are probably like real fucking things, right? Having been abandoned after the Second World War, the observation post has now since fallen to disrepair and entry is now forbidden to the general public. Ooh. Oh, there's a new song. It's nice, very tropical sounding. Not seeing anything. Even though he's got a lot on his plate, Azami agreed to meet up at the moment I said something. He's been looking out for me ever since I came back. Couldn't ask for a better friend. Hey, Azami. What I'm about to say is going to sound pretty crazy. You still want to hear it? Sure, bring it on. Thanks. I'll come right out and say it then. I'm looking for a mermaid. I need to find one by tomorrow. Looking for a motherfucking mermaid, boy!
Oh, a mermaid, huh? By tomorrow at that. That's gonna be tough.
I'm being serious. In fact, I've never been more serious. I really do have to find a mermaid by tomorrow.
You tell you're not joking by the look on your face. You got some sort of reason for saying this, right? Go on, I'm listening.
Thanks, Azami. Is it okay if I talk a little about the disaster 5 years ago?
Ah, disaster, huh? If you're okay with it, sure.
I was in middle school at the time. My parents had taken me out into the bay on a little fishing boat. This massive storm came out of nowhere and sank all 3 fishing boats that got caught up in it. I was the only one who survived.
Yeah, it was really terrible.
The Southern Sea disaster. A localized storm that broke out in the seas to the south of Kamishima around 5 years ago, resulting in a maritime accident in which a total of 10 people went missing. 3 fishing vessels that had set out to sea from Kamishima were suddenly caught in an unanticipated storm and foundered, leaving all but one of the 11 fishermen and divers on board missing. When the ships were later dredged up and searched, not a single body was discovered. The sole survivor was Yuza Minakuchi, who was a middle school student at the time. There's always this trauma in these games, isn't it? It's always like someone went through some shit a while back. I remember like pretty much all the characters in the last game had that. His parents, Tosuke Minakuchi and Mare Minakuchi, as well as Azami Kamui's father, Kiyokichi Kamui, oh really, were among the victims. Locals in the area reportedly heard an eerie rumbling from the sea on the morning of the incident. The list of casualties. BM-sized fishing vessel Daiichi Kiyoisui Maru foundered. Captain Kokichi Kamui, so his dad was literally the captain. And all 5 crew members reported missing. Small fishing size Ome Maru foundered. Captain Yukichi Nishikawa and 1 passenger. Oh, they're like individual ones. I see. They're not all in the same boat. Which, yeah, I did say 3 fishing vessels. Small size fishing vessel Minakuchi Maru foundered. Captain Tosuke Minakuchi and 1 other crew member reported missing, which is his mom. 1 passenger recovered with slight injuries associated with amnesia due to psychological trauma. Oh, really now? Dissociative amnesia. That's surely not going to play into anything significant. When he recall, he's like He like dissociates, like it doesn't feel like he's in his, like he is himself anymore. And he sees himself in the ocean. Intriguing. The sole survivor. When the boat the Minakuchi family was about to sink, Mari and Tosuke Minakuchi put a life buoy on their son, Yuza, and helped him escape the boat before the waves engulfed it. Despite the slim chance of survival in such a dire situation, Yuza was miraculously found drifting in the sea the next day, still wearing the life buoy, and was successfully rescued. Although he had no external injuries, the shock of the accident had left him in a state of confusion, and he has little memory of what happened at the time. After the accident plunged Kamishima into a state of deep sorrow. Fishermen and Amadivers temporarily stopped fishing to mourn, and a memorial was erected to honor the lost. Perhaps due to his memory loss, the sole survivor Yuza appeared relatively composed in contrast to the grief of those around him. Many found this unnerving, and Yuza became increasingly isolated from the rest of the community. Azami Kamoi, himself having lost his father in the accident, tried to support him however he could, reasoning that he was still better off than Yuza, who had lost both his parents before his very eyes. As investigations continued, questions arose about what the Minakuchi family had been doing in the vicinity of the disaster despite not having gone out to fish. Yuza only remembered his parents telling him to come with them, and the purpose of their excursion remains unclear to this day. It was not long before speculation began that Mari Minakuchi had done something to incur the wrath of the god of the sea and the islanders. Already suspicious of her due to her mysterious background, were quick to condemn her, citing the sudden, localized nature of the storm. In contrast, only words of sympathy were spoken for her husband, Tosuke. As rumors that Mari had brought disaster to Kamishima continued to spread, Yuza's grandmother, Suyu Minakuchi, sent him away from the island to board at a high school on the mainland. She had sensed the islanders' resentment begin to turn toward Yuza and hoped to shield him from becoming an even greater target of their ire. Even now, 5 years after the accident, feelings of animosity toward Mari Minakuchi remain deeply ingrained in the people of Kamishima. With the truth of the accident still shrouded in mystery, deep scars and suspicions continue to linger in the hearts of many of the islanders.
Dank. So, what about the disasters you want to talk about?
Well, I've recently started to remember some things about what happened.
For real? For real? I know your memories of the disaster were kind of hazy due to the shock, but it's great that you're starting to remember. Oh, but I guess it's not exactly something you'd want to remember, huh? Sorry for getting all fired up.
It's okay. It actually hasn't bothered me as much as I thought it would. Thanks for worrying about me, though.
Zami's a bro. I love him already.
It's just that the things I've remembered are a bit strange, so I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Sorry for keeping quiet up to now.
Strange, huh? Well, I can see why you'd want to keep it to yourself, all things considered. Don't sweat it.
So, about the accident.
I'll never forget that fucking day.
We ran into the storm, our boat got caught in a whirlpool and started to sink. My parents gave me a life buoy and lowered me into the water. They were frantic, and I was too stunned to do anything but go along with what was happening.
I can imagine. Must have been really scary.
The waves were knocking me around, so I took everything I had just to hold on to the buoy. In the end, I just watched as the boat was swallowed by the water. I couldn't do anything else.
There wasn't anything you could have done. It wasn't your fault, Yuza.
But right after that, this huge wave came crashing down on me. I got dragged down into the depths of the sea, life buoy and all.
Huh? You got pulled under? But I thought...
Yeah. Up until now, I thought I managed to miraculously stay afloat until I got rescued. But I remember now. I was pulled down underneath the waves.
Oh. Is that maybe the thing that was down there that reached out to you before?
I remember being caught in a current and tossed all about underwater. I couldn't breathe. I was so sure I was going to die there. But then someone grabbed my hand.
Wait, are you saying what I think you're saying?
I was barely conscious by that point. It's not like I saw them clearly or anything. But I'm certain someone was there with me. Someone who grabbed hold of me and pulled me to safety.
Fucking mermaid!
From what I remember.
You're saying they were a mermaid?
Exactly.
Was she hot? So you were saved by a mermaid?
I'm sure of it. It looked exactly like what first comes to mind when you hear the word mermaid. A real mermaid, huh? But it was a really extreme situation, so it's entirely possible I was just seeing things. Which would mean I called you out here just to talk to you about some hallucination I had. And if that's the case, I'm going to be super embarrassed. Deja vu all over again. I mean, you're standing here talking to me now, right? So you must have gotten out of that situation somehow. I can't imagine any normal person being able to stay afloat in a storm like that, let alone managing to save someone. Same. You have to be some sort of superhuman or something. Or not human at all. Damn, that zombie got some big old duck face, man. Gonna know about your Tuesday day or Yuza? You know what? No, nothing. Don't mind me. Man, who would have guessed there were mermaids here in Issei? If I was really saved by a mermaid, I owe them my life. I'd like to thank them in person if possible. Makes sense. So that's why you're looking for them, huh? Well, if we manage to find them, we gotta thank them for saving you too. So, I was thinking of heading to where the disaster happened and diving there to see if I can find anything. Wait. You sure? You almost died there. I'll be fine. In fact, since I've never gone near there since the disaster happened, I was also thinking, I'd like to do something to honor my parents and your dad's memory. Yeah, I'd like to at least offer flowers, if nothing else. The others here have always kept their distance, but it's not like going there is forbidden or anything. Let's do it. Thanks, Azami. I owe you one. Mermaid search leads. There's no guarantee the mermaid will still be around there, right? I'm thinking it'd be good to have more of a lead before we head out there. About that, do you mind if I say something crazy? Has that ever stopped you before? Again? Sure, what's up? You remember my mom, right? Of course I remember Mrs. Mare. Well, she wasn't originally from Kamishima, but she met my dad when she moved here and ended up marrying him. But even to me, she never seemed to really fit in here. Well, I can't really disagree there. She never spoke to me much either. Some people even outright told me not to talk to her, you know. Said she was suspicious because we didn't know anything about her. Stuff like that. Yeah, this is the mysterious nature of her, huh? Guess that's understandable. She didn't really involve herself in community activities and almost never participated in local events. I feel like she was always keeping her distance from the other islanders, somehow. 20 years here and she was still considered an outsider. Yeah, never know how to bring it up to you, but I always kind of wondered. Is there some sort of reason for that? Now, as far as I know, Dad and Gran never seemed to mind, so I figured that's just how she was. But looking back at things now, it was pretty weird. Mare Minakuchi. Yuza Minakuchi's mother, having gone missing in Kamishima Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago, she was declared dead a year later after search parties found no sign of her. More than 20 years ago, Mare Sumikawa arrived on Kamishima with no possessions to her name, expressing that she had taken a liking to the local environment and wanted to move there. However, she remained tight-lipped about her background, only revealing that she was from a small town on the mountains and that she had had to leave her home for undisclosed reasons. And although her request to move to Kamishima was accepted, many islanders remained suspicious of her. After settling on the island, she showed an interest in the Ama lifestyle and eventually took it up after displaying a talent for free diving, with Yuza Minakuchi acting as her instructor. During this time, she grew close to Tosuke Minakuchi, Tsuyu's only son, and eventually married him a few years later. The two would go on to have a son of their own, whom they named Yuza. Despite this, Mare was unable to fully shake the air of mystery that surrounded her, and many islanders continued to question whether her presence on the island might cause trouble down the line. Something of a free spirit, her non-conformist ways and somewhat naive personality meant that she was often absent from local activities, leading to further criticism from a portion of the population. Some also reported frequently spotting her wandering the island after she first moved there, seemingly looking for something, or catching sight of her doing something on the shore in the middle of the night. Fortunately, her mother-in-law, Suyu Minakuchi, was a person of no small influence on Kamishima, and no one dared to openly persecute Mare under Suyu's watchful eye. The 3 generations lived peacefully under the same roof for more than 10 years, until the Kamishima Southern Sea disaster tore them apart. Since her disappearance in the disaster 5 years prior, a growing number of people have accused her of somehow being responsible, citing her various instances of suspicious behavior as justification. Well, I guess even I thought she was a bit of an oddball at times. You say that, but I think you're getting to be pretty similar to her. What? Really? Yep. What's that saying? March to the beat of your own drum? You're both like that. Really? I never realized. I've been so blind. A blind fool. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. That dumb shit. Why'd you bring up your mom of a sudden? Well, looking back now, there were a few things that always bothered me. Oh? For a start, no one ever told me where my mom was from. She was also a natural at ama diving, but I never saw her eat any seafood. And sometimes at night, she'd suddenly say she wanted to go look at the sea before going out and not coming back for hours. Guess it is all pretty weird, yeah. That's not all. When I was sorting through my mom's belongings, I found this. We used to keep it in the family altar, but I brought it along today to show you. I thought it was gonna be a curse stone or something. What is that? A fish scale? A mermaid scale! Mermaid swamp! Damn, dude, this, oh my god, it's Russ, fucking mermaid swamp, guys. We're so fucking back. If we're ever dealing with goddamn mermaids, you know, this goddamn swamp nearby, and that she is gonna come out and talk about those mermaids. Only the real NicoB OGs know that the Ashita voice actually originated from that game, goddammit! Mermaid swamp! It's huge. It's gotta be at least 7 or 8 centimeters long. I always just figured she held onto it because it was a rare find. Once I remembered the mermaid, I began to wonder. What fish could this scale have come from? Why was my mom holding on to it? Whoa, hold it right there. You're not saying... I am. The mermaid who rescued me back then was... my mom, myself, Azami. It was you. You were the fucking mermaid all along. I'm gonna say that because I want to be funny. Azami, it was you, wasn't it? You did it! No way. How did you figure it out? Huh? Wait, for real? Like hell is for real. Do I look like a mermaid again? So stupid. Right. Of course you're not a mermaid. Thought it was a bit of a reach myself. So, what'd you really mean to say? What I meant to say was, the mermaid who rescued me back then was, I think it was my mom. What do you think? I don't know. It's pretty out there. Could that even be possible? So your theory is your mom used to be a mermaid, but she became a human so she could live among us. Yeah, but she turned back into a mermaid when the disaster happened and wasn't able to come back afterwards. How does that sound? I don't know. Does that mean I'm part mermaid? I mean merman? Merman! But after hearing your story, I can't just dismiss it out of hand either. That's really the case. My mom really is still out there in the sea somewhere, even if in a different form. I was thinking it'd be nice if I could see her again. It might be because they're still treated as missing instead of dead, but it still hasn't really sunk in that my parents are gone. I know what you mean. Sometimes it feels like my pop's just gonna show up at home again like nothing ever happened. Though even if your mom's alive, I guess it'd be hard for her to show up if she's back in her mermaid form now. My mom really does have some sort of connection to mermaids. Maybe that was the reason she never really fit in here. It might help clear up any mistaken impressions the others have of her anyway.
I see. So you think that by trying out ama diving, like your mom did, you might be able to find something out. And maybe, if you're lucky, you'll run into a mermaid in the process.
Yeah. And I really am descended from mermaids somehow. It's possible that diving might awaken something in me. Ah, I see. That's what he was saying before. Did it, like, awaken anything in you before?
Oh, right. I hadn't thought of that. Guess if your legs suddenly become fins, we'll know for sure you're a second-generation mermaid. Okay, I think I got the gist of what you want to do now.
Thanks for understanding, Azami.
I haven't been happy with how people have been treating you ever since the disaster either. And what they say about your mom. If there's anything I can do to clear the air, I want to help.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Though I don't know how people will react if you suddenly start talking about mermaids. It might be best to keep quiet about that part for now. Just say you're looking into your mom. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that would be best.
Okay, now we got that settled. How about we head out tomorrow morning? That sound good to you?
Yep, I've been doing some training in secret, so I'm all set.
Still, having to find a mermaid by tomorrow is pretty sudden. What's up with the tight deadline?
Well, sorry, I can't say right now. If we manage to find one, I'll explain everything. I promise.
Well, as long as you tell me later, it's all good.
Huh, weird.
Oh, here's an idea. If you're in that much of a rush, how about we talk to Tsukasa and Sato? Maybe they'll be able to help out.
I wonder. It would be nice to have more help. Would they even believe me? The whole thing is pretty crazy after all. Besides, Tsukasa's going back to the mainland soon. I hate to bother her now.
True. Still knowing Tsukasa, she might be surprisingly on board with the whole thing.
See, I knew you'd be here. Ah! Whoa! Speak of the devil!
God, what did you two get here?
Damn, who's this cutie? Damn, she look kind of like Nico from fucking Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, talk about something you didn't want us to hear, were ya? Boys will be boys, I guess.
Childhood friend, Tsukasa Awao. She's like, got her lips like. There's a funny faces in this art style. High school student, apprentice ama diver, 17 years old. A girl born and raised on Kamishima. She has a bright, friendly nature and an inquisitive personality. Currently in her second year of high school, she boasts excellent grades and a sharp intuition. She's been staying at a relative's house in Ise City since last year in order to attend an all-girls high school on the mainland, and is currently back at Kamishima for summer break. Despite this, she frequently makes trips back to the island on weekends, and has been trying her hand at underwater gatherings since the current diving season began. Having long been interested in the ama lifestyle, her estimated diver rank is 6. However, her teachers have been strongly encouraging her to aim for a national university. She's been friends with Azami Kamoi and Yuza Minakuchi since childhood, with their close rapport making up for their difference in academic years. It was more common to find her playing with the two boys than with girls her own age up until middle school. However, since leaving the island to attend high school, she has grown more conscious of her age difference and has put some distance between herself and them. She hit it off immediately with Sato Shiranami, a girl who came to Kamishima to lodge with the Wakamuras a few months ago, and was looking forward to showing her around the island and helping her adapt to life there whenever she returns home. 18 years ago, her still pregnant mother, Nagisa Awao, moved to Kamishima alone before giving birth to Tsukasa shortly afterwards. Tsukasa subsequently grew up in a single-mother household. Although she used to occasionally ask her mother about her father, her questions were always evaded, so she has since stopped inquiring. However, the fact that her mother never seems to have any financial difficulties despite not working has led her to quietly suspect he might still be involved in some way.
Hey, you got us all wrong. We weren't talking about anything like that.
Yeah, you gotta hear me out, Tsukasa. I was powerless to resist. I refused at first, but Azami insisted, and...
Oh, tell me more.
You might as well admit it, Yuza. And Sato, what's with the sudden keen interest?
Enigmatic girl, Sato Shiranami. Tall girl. House guest, 17 years old. A mysterious girl currently lodging with Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamishima magnate. Roughly 3 months ago, Sato suddenly arrived on Kamishima claiming that she was the child of a relative of the Wakamuras. She showed no signs of attending school or doing any sort of work, instead spending her days holed up in the Wakamura's household, leading many islanders to wonder just who she is and what she's doing there. Those who know about Wakamura's high-interest money lending behind the scenes speculate that she might be the daughter of one of his borrowers, sent to work as a domestic servant to pay off a debt. But Sato herself is extremely easygoing and doesn't seem to be bothered by the endless rumors. A huge television fan, she spends much of her spare time glued to the set in the Wakamura household, with her most recent obsessions being soap operas and 2-hour thrillers. However, she isn't all that fond of period dramas. She's good friends with Tsukasa Awao, who is close to her in age, and the two can often be seen enjoying themselves wandering the island together.
God, let's all calm down, okay? It's not like that. We're having a perfectly normal conversation.
Yeah, sure. Anyway,
Hey, don't just brush me off.
You're getting pretty worked up, Azami.
Don't act all innocent. You're the one who caused this mess, you know.
sorry to interrupt your fun, but I really did have something to say. Folks are worried you haven't showed up to the associating meeting, Azami. You should probably get going.
Oh, damn. The meeting. It totally slipped my mind. Sorry, Yuza. I gotta go for now, but I'll get in touch later.
No problem. Thanks for coming in even though you're so busy.
I guess we'll be on our way too, then. Sorry, but we got some important business on our own to handle. We'll be able to help out with whatever you're up to.
Another recollection. Past recollection. Sato Shiranami. This whole game is gonna be like me going backwards in time. I'm gonna go another flashback, and then that flashback get another flashback, and then that flashback get another flashback. We're getting like 8 layers deep, like Inception here. So did you hear what we were talking about?
Only the part where my name came up. I didn't want to be nosy, though.
I see. Well, thanks for coming all the way out here to get Azami.
I know what you guys are up to, but you piqued my interest. Be sure to tell me all about it later, okay? Anyway, see you later. Come on, Sato. Roger. Oh, one more thing. You better not forget about the day after tomorrow. Tell Azami you better remember too.
Sure, I'll tell him later. Aha! Yes, we are. Switching perspectives. And it's from Sato's perspective. Interesting. Well, we're off to a good start so far. I haven't had to kill anybody yet. That's a good sign, right? Oh man, dude, I'm so happy. This is great. This is giving me all the like similar feelings I had when I played the first game. Sorry, so much intrigue. But I wouldn't be surprised. We're probably gonna play from Sato's perspective. I imagine what was her name? Tsukasa. Probably take place from her perspective. I also would be surprised if we end up maybe getting into Azami's perspective too. Though that said, I do hope that there are a few adult characters. That was one of the other things I did appreciate about the Paranormasight 1 was that there was also like, you know, some older characters like the cop guy to help like mix things up, and also Haruwe, who was also like probably like her like late 30s or 40s. But yeah, man, this is cool. But I think this is probably a good spot to end things here for now. I can't wait to play more of this. I just realized too, they're actually doing the crack thing too. When you've finished a story, it gets a big crack in it. Though I'm actually almost wondering if I didn't complete this one yet. Because this one's like also darkened. This one doesn't necessarily look darkened. It looks cracked, but not darkened. I don't know. Guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it looks for other ones. But anyway, guys, I hope you all are as excited for this LP as I am. If you are, please do leave a like and a favorite. It really does help me out. And subscribe and already become a Picky Penguin aboard this LP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.